Joma, can you hear me? Amma, can you hear me? All right. Oh, okay. Awesome. Good to have you guys here. All right. So the session is just going to be a very quick 1 hour, an hour, 30 minutes maximum. We're going to be focusing majorly on immigration. Okay, getting a visa sponsored job in the UK. That's what we're going to focus on. And you see, I like to reminisce. Okay, so I moved to the UK. I moved to the UK. This was in 2020. What now? 2019 ish, 2020 ish, or thereabout. During after just after I think 2021. Yes, was when I moved to the UK. And you see, over the years, okay, from 2021, 2022 to 23 to where we are today, immigration has just changed tremendously. All right. So you see, at the time, I was based in Nigeria. So I used to work and live in Nigeria. I moved to Ireland. From Ireland, then I moved to the UK. And you see, like I knew guys that were in Nigeria that were getting jobs in the UK and they were getting visa sponsored. And I was like, how did I not know about this initially? That I had to go and pay for a master's program. I had to wait 1 year to get my, all the normal stuff that you get with doing your master's. All right. But you see, I had friends that just applied to some companies in the UK and were able to get visa sponsorship. And that's where I'm going to start off with. That's where I want to start off with. I'm going to share my screen so that I can take you on this journey of the changes that have happened so far. All right. So I'm going to see at the time it was so easy to get visa sponsorship, and I'd like to start with this because you get to see the reasons why this session is important for you to know. Okay. All right. So if you go to a popular job board, so this is one of them that I will talk about, read.co.uk. This is one of the popular job boards that you have in the UK. So take, for example, I was in data space, or I'm still like a core data professional. So I could look at, let's say, data analyst roles. Back, this was like in 2021, 2022. All right. You could just go online, even if you're in Nigeria, and filter for roles. You could just come to the filter and filter for visa sponsorship, and you will see jobs that exist, okay, for visa sponsorship. You see, this was what? This was roughly about 4 years ago, okay, 4 or 5 years ago. That was the case. That was literally how people were getting into the UK. So people now, they have the ILR and they're balling, they're having a good time. They started with this same process. Some people, I'm not saying everybody, but some people did. And I know a couple of guys, that, like my friends, that got into the UK by just getting a job. One of them got a job with a company, it was a research-based organization as a data analyst, okay? And his salary was about 28,000 pounds per annum. 25, 28. So it wasn't fantastic. It was like a graduate level role. Okay. It was just sort of like a graduate level role. And I was able to get into the UK, fully visa sponsored. Currently now it's like a senior professional, like working with like a multinational, and he's doing great stuff in his own career. All right. So you see, over the years, over the last 5 years, immigration has just changed tremendously. Okay. And you see, people are still living in the mindset of 5 years ago. 28,000, 25,000, and you're getting full visa sponsorship. Now, to get visa sponsorship, the threshold is 41,700. Okay? Now, if you're a graduate or you are less than 26 years old, I have some of them on my slide, some of the requirements. The threshold is about 38,700 ish. But, these lines are very, very faint. The lines are very faint for sponsorship, for salary. So I usually tell most people just focus on 41,700. Okay, focus on 41,700. That's your baseline. So you're like in the UK, if you want to get a job that is 41,700, what do you need to do? All right. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. What UK companies actually need to see before they sponsor you. 41,000 as salary in the UK is not an entry level job. Okay? It's not an entry level job. So you see, I have sessions and I'm talking about, you need experience, you need to do this, you need to do that. And people would, come back to say things like, this guy is just naive. But do you know what I worked in the UK? I spent most of my experiences are in the UK. I just recently in the last 2 years moved to Canada. All right. But majority of my work, the companies I worked with was in the UK. And I would say this, a £40,000 salary is worst case between a middle management to senior management. Okay, you are literally almost in the middle if you're getting a £40,000 role. All right, you're not a junior member, you're middle to senior. That's where you're going to be lingering. All right, that's where the salary starts from. So senior, I would say senior starts from like 50, 55 to like 70. All right, over the years. But when I was in the UK, senior roles was 40 to 60,000 pounds. Right? So you see, when you see 41,700, what is the UK government trying to tell you? What are they trying to tell you? That's the question you need to ask yourself. So you are currently in the UK doing your masters, or you completed your masters, and the government has told you in order for you to get a job, your salary at your threshold has to be between 41,700 and above. Okay, the baseline is 41,700. What are they trying to tell you? That you're a beginner, you send out your CV to 7, 20, 200 companies and keep applying and hope that one person will pick you. Hope is not a strategy, and that's something you need to have at the back of your mind. That's the honest truth. Hope is not a strategy. All right. So if you don't have a strategy to getting your sponsor job, and your own is just let me just keep applying, I'll just go to the NHS website and keep applying. Anyone that comes through, I'll just keep managing and see the one that goes through. Hope is not a strategy. And that's exactly what I'm going to focus on. What UK companies actually need to see before they sponsor you. Okay, that's something you need to have at the back of your mind. And something I would like to cheapen before we jump straight into the session is recruiters have changed over time. Recruiters in the UK have changed over time. When I was in the UK, if I tell them, oh, I need sponsorship, I'm still going to get interviewed for the role. Okay, I'm still 100% still gonna get, maybe not 100%, but I mean, if I tell the recruiter I need sponsorship, I mean, I would say 80% of them will still move me forward because there's a high likelihood that my salary is going to be above. I'm gonna, I'm gonna get sponsorship essentially from recruiters, right? But you see, over time, recruiters have been burned so much by immigrants that they don't like to recommend so much. I mean, like in the year you're just complete your masters, you don't have stay, you don't have this. There's a likelihood that they want to run away from you because you're a threat. And what do I say? What do I mean by this? People are very good at interviewing. People get so good at interviews that they get the job. They can get the job via just being very good at interviews. Now, when you get the job, you're sponsored and everything. It's difficult for them to get rid of you if you're not good. If you're not good in the UK, they can't just sack you. They can't just say that this guy is not good. This lady is incompetent. I'm going to sack the person. They can't just let you go. There's something we call performance improvement plan. That's PIP, PEEP. Okay, performance improvement plan. So you're on sponsorship. You're costing them money, or you have cost them money. All right. And in the same vein, you're still costing the business money by you not performing well. Okay. So you see, over time, decided to shy away from immigrants because you get into the role and people just drop the ball significantly. All right. But you see, those are the things that we're going to discuss today, long story short. Okay. I'm excited to be here. I love to talk about immigration because I've lived in 3 countries and I've looked for sponsorship in 3 countries. So when it comes to immigration, I'll tell you for free, I have a good understanding of how to use a job, especially in the tech space, to get sponsorship. I did it in Ireland. Initially, I moved to Ireland. From Ireland, I was in Ireland for about 3 years. Okay, got visa sponsorship, moved to the UK, was in the UK for about another 2, 3 years. I moved to Canada and I've been in Canada for about 2 years now. Okay. So that's my journey, anyways. But for today's session, it's just going to be about an hour, 30 minutes ridiculously. I mean, based on interaction, questions, and all that, probably an hour, 30 minutes. Okay, so in the next one, within the next 60, 90 minutes, we're going to be done. Okay, but I can tell you this, the information you're going to get from this session is what you're going to use to build your own strategy, not something you can use next year, something you can start to do today. All right. So my conversation with you today is to let you know what you need to start to do today, not tomorrow, not next week. So you need to listen. All right. Because I'm going to be dropping some very, very interesting things that you need to have. Okay. So you see, I'm diving into something of critical problem. And that's for beginners that are joining us for the first time. We're solving a massive problem when it comes to, especially immigrants in the UK or in the US or in Canada. And that's massive. The massive problem today is work experience. And I'll tell you this, I say this to every session I have. You would always pick you. I'm not talking about an employer. I'm not talking about a recruiter. I'm talking about you. You sitting down listening or lying down listening to me. You would always pick somebody that has experience over somebody that doesn't have experience. Okay? You would always pick somebody who has experience over someone that doesn't have experience. A typical example, you have a friend, like you have somebody, okay, or somebody knows you that just went to a tailoring school, okay? That went to a tailoring school. And you have a party that is coming up. Would you allow the person that just finished learning tailoring, okay, pick up your suit to sew a suit for you? You wouldn't do that, would you? You wouldn't do that. You would look for an expert, someone that has a wealth of experience. You have a party you're going to, you want to look sharp, you want to look good. You would likely get somebody that has that experience to go do that. Okay? All right. Same thing with any other thing. You have something wrong with your laptop. You will you will prefer to get somebody that has experience in order for them to fix you that thing that you're looking for. I'm a guy. I'm going to cut my hair every weekend or every other weekend. Guys would always go to cut their hair. Okay. If you walk into the barber shop, okay, and there is a new guy in the shop, okay, and there's a new guy in the shop, and the guy is looking at you, bro, like, come and sit on my chair. Like, I'll cut your hair, I'll cut you good. You would doubt the person. You would literally doubt the person. You doubt that the person can do the job for you. All right. You would prefer someone that's been doing that, you've seen doing it. The person can show you a proof. But guess what? If the guy comes close to you, that's the beginner, the new person in the barber shop comes to you and say, oh, bro, I can cut your hair for you. What hairstyle are you looking at doing? And you're like, oh, I usually cut a fade. I do a fade. You know, I like the the edges rough. I love this. I love that. I love my frictions like this. You explain what you're looking for. And the guy is like, oh, fantastic. This is what I know how to do best. The guy brings out his phone and starts showing you the things that he has done. You start to build trust to say that, okay, you did this. Oh, you did this for this. Oh, fantastic. You start to build trust. So you see, experience, trust, two things. You need experience to let the person trust you. All right. If you want to get somebody to do something for you, can you send me pictures of the things that you've done before? Can you send me your portfolio? Can you send me something that you've done before? And that experience build the trust that allows you to trust that person, to give that person the reward or the award or whatever, the contract or something. Okay. So you see, most immigrants or most professionals today cannot give that trust in the recruitment process. They don't have that trust, that experience to say that, trust me, I've done this before. Trust me, I've done this before. And if you give me a chance, I will rinse and repeat the things I've done in the past before. So you see, most immigrants and most people that are looking at getting a job today is all trust me. You believe in me. I've taken courses, I've taken programs, I've written certificates. Trust me, please, trust me. Okay? But at the end of the day, okay, when you enter Uber, okay, or when you're booking an Uber, okay, what do? You look at reviews. How many road trips have this guy taken? How many things have this person done? How many reviews? What's the positive? What's the negative? And everything is there on Uber. Okay, you don't enter into the Uber and start asking, where's your driver's certificate? Where did you do your driving school? Okay, and that's your driver license. You don't ask all those things. You just believe that the person is good if the person has been doing this consistently. Do you understand? And that's where everybody, a lot of beginners will go focus on certificates rather than focus on how to get experience. Because experience build trust. Okay, at the end of the day. And we focus on majorly 8 career paths within the tech space. And I'll tell you the reason why we focus on these 8, okay, as we go on in the session. So we have data analytics, we have data science, we have data engineering, we have project management, we have business analysis, we have SOC, we have cloud and app security, and we have GRC. So basically cybersecurity. So we have 3 arms of cybersecurity: SOC, cloud and application security, and GRC. Project management, business analysis, and so on and so forth. All right. So that's what we do at Amdari. We provide you with actual work experience, basically making employers and recruiters trust you better with the skills that you have today. And that's essentially what we do. All right. And now, this is a perfect example. This is Pedro. Pedro got a job, full visa sponsorship, okay? And he got a job in cybersecurity as a operations technology security specialist, OT security, okay? So which is an arm of SOC, is almost in the same bread with SOC, okay? So I'm going to click this, and I want you to listen to this. Just the first, I'll take the first 30, 40 seconds, okay? I'm not going to take too much time. Let me ensure I'm sharing my audio, all right? Let me ensure I'm sharing my audio. Just the first 30 seconds. 30, 40 seconds. I just want to pick up something. Pedro got a full job, a full visa sponsorship job in the UK. So I want you to listen to this.
Thanks so much, Pedro, for doing this with us. And congratulations on landing the cybersecurity role. Is it SOC or what's the job title?
It's OT security specialist, but more of OT security. So it's cybersecurity, but in operations technology.
Amazing. And it came with visa sponsorship, correct?
Yes. Role.
Yeah. Let me blow some confetti, imaginary confetti. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank
All right. So I would like to know how your experience, right, the work experience at Amdari helped you go from being a job seeker to becoming job ready, right? From the mentorship to the project. How did the work experience help you go from being a job seeker to being job ready?
Okay, so for starters, in my IT career, I've been more of a lone wolf. I like to study on my own, do my certifications, but moving to the UK, I realized that I had to change. I knew I needed some form of mentorship, and that's how I stumbled into Amdari. And yes, the program helped. It provided some guided mentorship that helped me determine the road that was suitable for me and how to navigate to the next chapter. I was already in employment, but I knew I needed to pivot. And yes, the Amdari experience was very important.
All right. So you see that the key thing I wanted to take out of this is the fact that trying to do it by yourself is not a bad idea. All right. All right. And Pedro said he likes to be a lone wolf. He has always been a lone wolf. Learn, study, get a job, do anything that you want to do. But getting into the UK, you get to know something. If you don't have the right information, you're going to just be going in circles. Now you have a lot of Africans, and immigrants in the UK today that are looking at getting a job, okay? And they'll discourage you and they'll tell you it's difficult for Africans to get jobs. Okay? They would want to let you know that there's a limit to what Africans can do. I lived in the UK. I got jobs in the UK. I worked in Ireland. I worked in Canada. I worked for businesses in the US. I'm not the smartest person. Do you understand? So the key thing is, how do you position yourself? It's the most important thing. All right. So it's not because of your name. It's not because of what you think of some limitation. All the limitations that you think that exist today, they don't exist. Some of times it might exist. I'm not saying they don't. It's 100% certain that it doesn't exist. Sometimes bias can exist. But I'm telling you, even with bias and all that, is it possible for you to get a visa sponsorship job in 2026? Yes. Is it hard? Yes. But is it impossible? No, it's not impossible. And this is a story of Pedro. I mean, if you fill the attendance form. I'm going to send all these videos, all the links I'm going to share with you today to you. So all you need to do today is just fill the attendance. You get the access to the recording, the materials I'm going to share with you today. You get access to every single thing. All right. So you see, Patrick got a job as an OT security, as a cybersecurity specialist. Okay. Now, same thing. And that's one of the key things that we pride ourselves with. Okay. So the reason why I'm going through this is to let you know that the conversations we're having today, okay, it's not just a random conversation. It's supposed to be a paid session. Okay, this is what we'll pay. People will pay to get information for. All right, but it's free of charge. So the only thing, that's the reason I want to prepare your mind. It's not because it's free of charge, you'll take it for granted. So key statistics, our success factor, okay, is 6 out of 10 of our interns will get a job within 4 months of doing the internship in Amdari. Okay, 6 out of 10 of our interns will get a job within 4 months of the internship experience. And that number moves from 6 to 9 out of 10 within the next 7 months. Why would there be an increase? Okay, I would explain that, towards the end of the session. All right, so basically 60% of our interns will get a job within the 4 months of the work experience. And the typical example is Chinanye. Okay, I don't like to play a lot of videos, but it's easy for you to see. And yeah, I'll just play the first couple of seconds.
Are you done with your internship, or you're still in the program?
I'm still in the process, interestingly.
Wow.
We just 2 months.
What months?
No, we are now in month 3. So yeah. So I got the job.
So you got
almost
the
like
job
end of
when
month
you were about 2 months in.
Yeah, just about 2 months
At
in
the
was
end
when
of
I got the job. Yeah.
All right, so you see, that's a typical example. Got a job as a project manager within 2 months of doing the work experience program in Amdari. And that's just a typical user. Okay, so that's seen in here. Okay, just to write on the points to let you know. And the other points that we have there is, going further. Just give me a second. I'm not sure where my slides are. All right, so we have 85% of our intern get at least 2 interviews within the 4 weeks of them starting the program. All right, 85% of our interns get at least 2 interviews within the first 4 weeks of you starting. Now, 100% of the people who have gotten jobs from Amdari, okay, would say that the work experience internship and the reference letter is what helped them get the job. Okay, 2 things: work experience internship and reference letter is what helped them. So if you listen to Chinanya, you listen to Pedro, okay? And when we started the session, you're listening to Jerry, okay? If you listen to all the people that have gotten jobs through via Amdari, you get to see that they keep mentioning the work experience internship. They talk about the reference letter that we write for them, and that's exactly what gives them the opportunity to get their first job. This is just to sort of preamble, foundation to what we are doing today. So what we're going to focus on for the next, let's say, 40 minutes is, number 1, what UK companies actually need to see before they sponsor. Okay, what do you need to have, okay, in order for you to go get it? Okay, now the next thing is your pathway becoming a tech professional and securing a job, sponsorship, or even just getting a job. That's exactly what we're going to talk about. The Amdari work experience internship, and we have a special discount awaiting you. So if you wait to the end of the session, I have a special offer for you. All right, so who is this person speaking to you today? My name is Ifemena Ipro. I'm the co-founder of Amdari, co-founder of Analytics, and so many other platforms. So in my own experience building these platforms, is I have helped well over 3,000 people to pivot careers into the tech space. All right, so I started this about 6 years ago, close to a decade ago. And that's what I've been like. That's been a major focus, a major goal for me. And I'll tell you why it was a major goal for me. I lived in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, lived and worked a bit in Lagos, Nigeria. And I was working as a consultant at the time, management consultant. So nothing fancy, trust me. Okay, working as a consultant, had no tech experience, studied economics in university, got my first job as an intern, worked my way as an intern to becoming a consultant, so on and so forth. So it wasn't tech. Okay, so I wanted to get, there were a lot of conversations around tech back in the days. It was very low, but it was also loud in my ear. Okay, so I wanted to move into a new career. So long story short, okay, it took me about 2 years, 2 solid years to get my first job. Okay, to get my first job as a data analyst, it took me 2 years. So I moved I moved to Ireland. I got my first job in Ireland working as a BI developer. Okay, and I'm going to share that story with you today. Got my first job as a BI developer, and I noticed that no African, there was no Nigerian, there was no Canadian, there was no Nigerian, basically, no African in the workspace. Move to the next row, no African. Move to the next one, no African, no African, no African. It was even one of them. I was working with Teleflex at the time, one of the largest medical technology companies in the world. All right. And, they were doing a diversity role, okay, diversity day or something. So I applied, okay, as an African, I applied. So a lady just sent me a message on Teams and said that, oh, her name is Twin. I'm like, oh, are you Nigerian? I was like, yes. It was not like it's good to see another Nigerian in the office, okay? And I was like wondering, like, is it like, am I the only one that is not noticing this problem? But you find out that there are not a lot of Africans in the workspace, and you see that's the reason why we've always tailored our session towards Africans, because we have a lot of Africans in all these countries, but where are they working? It's the puzzling question, and that's exactly why it's been a major goal for me to see how we can help more Africans get jobs in the tech space. All right, and in the last, I would say, over going to a decade now, we're up to over 3,000 people, transition people careers into the tech, and that's just about me. Okay, so currently I've always been in the data space. I've worked as a data analyst, data scientist, data engineer. I've done a bit of business analysis and project management in my experience. I've done power platform engineering. So my experience spans different sectors, different career paths. So I've pivoted several times, so I know exactly what pivoting is. I've looked for sponsorship, so I have also, if you're looking at hustling, I have also all right, so across different careers and all that. Okay, but it's a wonderful experience, and that's based on that is what I'm going to be sharing with you today. But before I go into my session, I want to play this video for you. And I want you to listen to this. So this lady interviewed a UK recruiter, okay, and it's just interesting because these are the same things that we say in every of our session, okay, but people don't take actions. Okay, so I want to play this. It's just going to take a few minutes. Okay,
Rapid fire with a UK recruiter. Let's go. Do you filter out candidates requiring sponsorship?
Yes. If two candidates are equal, I'll always go with the one that doesn't need sponsorship, which means that if you're an international, you have to be better, not equal than the local talent.
What's a hidden CV hack that gets your attention?
Oh, it's definitely got to be the first 3 lines of your professional summary. If you haven't hooked me in, showing me exactly what value you're going to bring to employers, I'm not going to read any further.
Do you actually check LinkedIn before hiring?
Oh my gosh, yes, 100%. I'm always stalking on LinkedIn. If it's empty or mismatch, it will turn me off a little bit.
What's one thing that internationals do that kill their UK chances?
Okay, so the ick factor that I don't like is when I see an applicant that's just applying randomly to multiple job roles that I'm advertising for. It's a complete turn off for me.
So how does a candidate actually get noticed?
Okay, well, let me start off firstly by saying you're not going to get my attention if you send me a message or an email saying, ma'am, please give me a job. Instead, if you show me how you're going to help me solve a business problem that I face or the companies that I'm hiring for face, you definitely will grab my attention.
Okay.
All right, so it's just halfway like that. Okay, but you see, these are the key things I'm talking about in every session. All right, so if you're looking at sponsorship today, £41,700. It's a huge investment. We're going to do analysis of how much the company is actually going to be spending on you when you're looking at sponsorship. Okay, so it's a business decision. It's a very big business decision. So imagine you open. Why is nobody taking a chance on me? If that's your strategy, nobody's going to take a chance on you. Why is nobody taking a chance on me? I go for this interview and nobody calls me back. Nobody is calling me back. This country is hard. It's difficult for you to get a job. It's because you're positioning yourself wrong. Okay? I'll give that same example. You go into a barbershop or you want to go make your hair. The beginner there, you want to avoid that person. So if you're going there and you're talking about, oh, I have a master's, oh, I have 3 certificates, you know, and they're asking you, okay, tell me a time you've done X, Y, Z before, and you can't answer, or you're using like 3, 4 experiences all through the interview. You use 2, 3 experiences. Oh, can you remember that one I spoke, that experience I spoke about when I started? Yes, that's an experience. I did this thing again. So you see, it's not, you don't, I mean, if the 2 of you are leveled at the same, they would always go with the person that doesn't require sponsorship. It's cheaper for them. So you have to be considerably better in order for you to beat the locals, correct? And that's exactly what you need to do. It's as simple as that. Now, how can you be better than the other person through certificates? It can't be certificates, because what do you do to get a certificate? You read to do it. Did you do anything out of this world? Like, did you negotiate? Did you talk to stakeholders? Did you do anything? Did you find anything challenging? You read. The most challenging thing that you did was to stay up to read for your exams. That was all you did. All right. So you see, a certificate and all this, your BSc, your masters, it's good. But is it great for you to separate yourself in the industry today? No.
Rapid fire with a
All right. So you see, I'm going to tell you my story. Okay, and I'm going to spend probably 10 minutes on this story so you understand me better. All right. So I moved from a menial job. So you see me today now, fresh boy. Okay, having a session with you. I was doing night shifts, working with DPD. Okay, I worked with DPD for about almost over a year. Okay, so did it with my masters, and after my masters, I continued. Okay, so from menial job to full time to sponsorship, how did I do that? So it's not something that is so magical, okay? And I'm going to break it down for you. So you see, moved, couldn't get a job. Obviously, I was doing my master's, so I got a job in a warehouse. So you see my muscles today. I didn't used to have muscles like this, guys. Please don't, if you see me outside, you're like, oh, this guy is a big guy. Bro, I never used to gym. I got my muscles from the warehouse. So as an African, I don't know where they got this notion. But basically, you're African, you're working in a warehouse, they're giving you hard labor, like literally hard labor. So when they put me in the place where I carried machineries like spare parts and so on and so forth, I was having a session recently and the guy was like, oh, how is your back? My back is good, thankfully. But I knew people that had like different issues with their back, okay? Africans and all that, even all different nationalities actually, okay? So I was working in the warehouse and I was working hard in the warehouse. Even my timing increased when I finished my master's. I could do more than 40 hours. So I was doing way more hours, after my master's. But during my master's, I was doing 20 hours, which was the normal time. So it wasn't too bad when I was doing my master's. But you see, after my master's, I needed money. I was working hard and everything. So I'm pretty sure some people are in this same boat at the moment. But you see, I was applying for jobs, I was getting rejection emails, and there were a few reasons why I was getting rejection emails. Number one, over-reliance on degrees and certificates. So I go for an interview, and I just believe that because I have a master's, you should speak to me. I have a master's. How many Irish people, how many UK British people have a master's? So I felt like the master's would give me advantage. I had some certifications, and I felt, that would give me an advantage. Zero. Okay, zero. No, not for a single one of them. All right. Next thing is UK experience, US experience, all these experiences. So even in the UK, they're looking at UK work experience. All right. Well, this is also a facade. Okay. And the reason why it's a facade is, take for example, if you worked with Power BI in Ghana, so do you have any Ghanaian in the house? Give me a thumbs up if you're from Ghana. Ghana, Zimbabwe. Okay, I have Steve in here. Also, Amma. I saw Amma and I was like, I know Amma is definitely Ghanaian. Okay. Also, all right. So you studied. You did use Power BI in Ghana, for example, and you're not in the UK. Is the Power BI in Ghana, is it different from the Power BI in the UK? No, it's not the same. It's not different. Jira in the UK is the same Jira in South Africa. Okay? Splunk, as a cybersecurity professional, Splunk in the UK is the same one in Tanzania. It's not different. So when you say UK experience, so you're looking for a UK employer that will get, no, That's where you guys are getting it mixed up. And that's why I got it mixed up. So I went to get a job in a warehouse, okay, to give the illusion that I can work in Ireland or I can work in the UK. Okay. So you see, that's where a lot of people go and do customer service. They take the menial job and they put that menial job on their CV to show people that they are currently working in the country. Biggest disadvantage. And I'll say this, let me put it this way, let me explain this, let me explain it in the best way I can for you to understand. You go fix your phone, something's wrong with your phone, okay? You go into a shop and you want to go fix your phone. Everywhere you've seen the signboard outside, repair your phone here, you can see that they are repairing phones here. So you enter into the shop and the first person that you meet is somebody that welcomed you. Oh, hello, how are you doing today? I'm doing good. How can we help you today? And you're like, oh, yeah, I want to, I have a crack on my screen. I want to get it fixed. And you're about to hand your phone to the guy and you notice on his name tag, okay, let's say you put Michael. The person's name is Michael. And Michael's name, under Michael's name, we have cleaner written on it. Okay, you want to hand over your S26 Ultra, or you want to hand over your iPhone 17, or you know the phone you're using, and you want to hand over your phone to the person, and you see the person, Michael, is a cleaner. You're likely going to pause a little bit and ask, Michael, are you the one that would, are you the one that will fix my phone? All right, you start to doubt, like you would ask that type of question. Michael would answer, okay, yeah, I am. You're like, well, but you have cleaner written on your name tag. Like, do you have a supervisor? And it's like, oh yeah, I used to be a cleaner before, but now I am now the one in charge of. You see how you're doubting the person immediately. It's the same way when you apply for a job and you have customer service representative on your CV, but you're applying for a cybersecurity role. Okay? How do you want to do cybersecurity for customer service? Okay, you put on your CV that you're currently working as a care worker, but you're applying for a data engineering role. Please tell me how do they trust you? I mean, who is going to do that for you? Who is going to give it to you? And you said that they don't want to take you because you're African. No, it's not because of that. It's just because you've positioned yourself. Okay, so go review your CV today. So downplaying on your past experience, still riding on that work experience thing. So it really doesn't matter where you got that experience from. It doesn't matter if you got it in your village in Nigeria or you got it in the village in wherever you're coming from. Experience is experience. Have you done it before? Have you implemented it before? Your answer is yes. Talk confidently about how you've done it before. So downplaying on the past experience, one of the reasons I got stuck in a warehouse for a long time also. All right, and poor CV and LinkedIn format, very important. So some people by default, you're getting rejected because of your CV, the structure of your CV, not because of the content. All right, can you imagine? You're getting rejected not because of the content, okay, but just the way you structured your CV. ATS, majority of the platform use ATS, which is applicants tracking system. Now, if the ATS cannot read your CV, something is wrong. Okay, something is fundamentally wrong already. So poor CV and LinkedIn format, lack of focus is the biggest. I would say it's about 70% of the reasons why some people have not gotten jobs today. Why? Take for example, a typical example, me also. So I completed my master's. I was desperately looking for a job. A friend of mine got a job as a software engineer. What did I do? I dropped everything in data to go learn software engineering because I felt like there was a demand for software engineers. So I went to go learn software engineering and I spent another month learning PHP, learning HTML, CSS, and I was learning all that together. Then it dawned me one evening on my way to work, walking to work for my night shift. And I noticed that software engineering is not something that this guy has been doing software engineering, even from Nigeria. Okay? He just came for his master's because he wanted to relocate. Do you understand? So somebody has been doing it for like 2-3 years, came to the master's, and you want to compare yourself with that person? No, it's impossible. All right. Another friend of mine got, as a product designer, that's UI UX. Okay. I started learning Figma again. Started learning Figma because I felt it was easier for me to get a job. So you see, that feeling of always easier, it's easier. A friend of yours knows somebody that can get you a job in IT audit. So you drop everything that you're learning to go and learn IT audit. Or you know another person that got a job as a something, you go and learn this again. So you see, that lack of focus is one of the things that is hindering you from getting a job. Okay? Now, running through it, poor interviewing skills. See, most of us are actually just very bad at the interviews. And it's not because nobody really teaches you how to interview. Take, for example, tell me about yourself. You start to narrate, oh, I started working as an intern. From an intern, I became a management consultant. From management consultant, I started training. From training, I moved to, you start to narrate your past experiences because that's what you've always done. But it's wrong. Tell me about yourself. Questions during an interview is a pitch. You are pitching yourself. Okay? You're not telling them about yourself. You are pitching yourself. In that 2 minutes where you introduce yourself, you are pitching yourself. Basically, there's a job description. There's a persona of who they are looking for. As you're introducing yourself, you are telling them exactly who they are looking for. All right? And there are 4 things that you need to have when you're introducing yourself. You talk about your skill as it relates to the role. Okay? You talk about your experience as it relates to the role. You talk about your achievements as it relates to the role. And T, which is SEAT, seat. S for skill, E for experience, A for achievement, and T for trait. I use trait. Okay? Trait basically means something to lighten up the room when you're speaking. Oh, I love to run. When I'm not doing all this, project management, anytime I'm not doing anything agile, business analysis, cybersecurity, and all these things, I love to run. I'm currently preparing for a marathon, and that's one of the key things that put me in the right headspace to ensure I lead. Do you understand? Tied to the role. Everything that you're saying is tied to the role. You're picking yourself from the beginning. Not, oh, my name is Efemena. You see, when I started my career as a management consultant. I moved from, you not start to narrate your experiences. All right, from beginning to end, and you spend 5 minutes, and nobody can tell how you are relevant to the role, and you don't hear back from them. It's not because of your color or because of your accent. No, it's because you are just talking. You're not selling anything. You're just talking. So poor interviewing skills is one of the major reasons why people are left behind during the interview process. No relevant work experience. Nobody back up your experience. So you say you are good. You say you're good. Okay, can I get a reference? Can somebody stand in for you? If the answer is a no, then you're going to be stuck. Okay, especially in the UK. There are a lot of what we call pure, recruitment errors in the UK. So a lot of employers, are running away from people that would say they are good at something, but deep down they are not good. So what do? They look for reference. Okay, can you get an organization? All the places you've worked, can I speak to somebody that would attest? Now they're doing interview, because I'm the one that is in charge of reference for Amdari. They do interviews with me to understand what you're doing in Amdari. Do you understand? So they want to know, they're even interviewing the reference for them to know exactly. So you see, if you don't have all these things together, it's just going to be like it's going to be you searching for a needle in a haystack. Okay? And that's something that you need 100%. But eventually I was able to get my job. Now I got my first job. Okay, and I was happy. I was excited. And at the end of the day, I got this job working in the same organization. So where I was working as a warehouse staff, which is DPD, I was working in a warehouse. An opportunity came up, and applied, and I got the job as a BI developer in the same organization. So 2 weeks prior, I was working night shift. A couple of weeks after, I was working in the office, working BI developer, I was building dashboards. My report was what they were using to drive, the warehouse operations, so on and so. It was so exciting, all right? But what changed? It's the same person. Nothing changed. It's the same person. I think there was nothing transformational. It was the same person. But what changed is the way I sold my experience. That's the only thing that changed. The way I spoke about my experience, how I saw myself. or how I explain myself to people was the thing that changed. All right. And that's what we call the Amdari career approach transitioning, experience framework. Okay. So that Amdari career transitioning framework is something that I learned the hard way. Okay. After years of lot of rejections and all that, I had to learn it the hard way. All right. And you see, I got my, moved from DPD, got another offer with Dell. Okay, that's Dell, the computing company. Got another offer. It was a short-term contract. I didn't even mind because it was fantastic. It was a fantastic offer, and it was a very good role. Okay, so I went to DPD. I'm going to resign. I've gotten a better job. DPD was not sponsoring my visa. They weren't sponsoring my visa. They just gave me like a very minimal salary. The salary was just okay. But eventually, because I resigned DPD, I wanted to resign. What did they do? They upped my salary to match what Dell was offering, and they did what they offered. They offered sponsorship. So like, oh, they're going to sponsor my visa, so on and so forth. That was the additional perks I'd been asking for from the beginning. But because I got another offer, so they were willing to do it. So fantastic. Less than 2 months later, okay, I got another offer with the largest medical technology company. That was a Teleflex at the time. All right. And the salary was even more than what I got initially. And rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And that's basically how, my journey to 6 figures, my journey to, career transitioning, career pivoting, and so on and so forth. So you see how we started from warehouse to no job, or to a job, okay, to tech, to one job, to the next job. And ever since then, it's just a cycle of constantly getting. I'm a Nigerian, okay? I'm a proper Niger boy. Do you get me? So nothing exceptional. Okay, I'm not. If you think that this guy is just exceptional, it's just no. And now the reason why I have to bring this in is to let you know that the limitation that you're facing today is not as a result of you or the system. It's just because of what people have said over time. Okay, so people say things over and over. It's difficult. It's difficult. It's difficult for Africans. It's this. It's this. It's that. And personally, you start to take it in. Okay, and you start to reason it in the same way. It's just difficult to get a job. It's just difficult to get a job, and that cycle continues. And that's exactly what you need to break out of. Okay, and that's why we have sessions like this to let you know that see the Africans are doing very good. Okay, and you could be part of those people, the loud ones on Instagram and on Twitter and on TikTok, saying it's difficult in the UK. There are some people that are making good money in the UK. Okay, that have gotten good jobs, they're living a good life, they're traveling, they're not making noise. Okay, they don't make noise. You won't see me on Instagram talking. It's good for you to go to the UK. It's good for you to. I made the most career money in the UK. And let me just digress a little bit, and I'm going to show you this. So if you're in the UK, for example, and you know anybody in the UK that has their stay, that has visa and everything, let me show you what they need to target. All right, so I'm going to go back to a proper job board. Okay, let me just go to. I've already used Read today, so let's continue to use them. Let's just go with. I worked as a data analyst, so data analytics, data science, data engineering. So at the time, I was looking at just making money. I didn't care about, oh, I want to become the chief data associate. I just wanted to make good money. Okay, so what did I do? All right, somebody told me, and this is where mentorship is very important. Okay, so you see, all I did was just look for BI developer roles. Okay, developer, or let me just say Power BI. So it doesn't complicate you guys. Power BI. I'll just say for a keyword Power BI. Now look at contract roles. All right, so you see, this is 500 to almost 600 pounds per day, not per week, not per year, not per week. I don't know how you want to put it. In a day, and I can tell you this: you're not going to be working hard like you're working in the warehouse, okay, or working in the care space. You're not going to be working hard. You're not. In a day, I can tell you in a day, if you work plenty, and this job maybe it's 5 hours out of the 8 hours, ridiculously. You work, serious guy working 5 hours, but you're being paid about almost 500 to about 600 pounds in a single day. All right, and this is just one role. There are some of them that will pay as high as 800. So this is 400 to almost 500. This is about 400 pounds per day, 450 to 500, 600 pounds per day, 350 to 400 pounds, and all that. The first one I ever got, okay, was 250 pounds per day. In a week, that's 1,000 pounds. In a month, that's 4,000 pounds. All right, 4,000 pounds. Move from that, and you can move, okay, to 500. You get the 500 pounds. 500 pounds in a day. In a week, 2,500 pounds. Okay, in a month, that's 10,000 pounds. You won't be online making noise that UK is not a great place to work. And this is just with Power BI skills. The same thing with business analyst. It's the same thing. Don't think that it's just data analyst. This is, if you look at the same thing, business analyst. Don't say that, oh, it's just data professionals. No, it's not. The person that taught me was a solutions architect. He was a data engineer. All right, that's the mentor that taught me this contract roles. If you want to get more contract roles, we're likely going to be doing more sessions tailored towards contracts and how you can get in and all that. So you say business analyst 600 to 650 pounds per day. Business analyst 600 to 650 pounds. Business analyst 350 to 425 pounds. So you see, there are opportunities in the UK. Also, there are no jobs. If you're not in the US, the only good place for you to be again is in the UK. I'm taking too much time. But are you guys enjoying yourself, please? Give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying yourself. Give me a thumbs up. Let me see the people that are hearing me. Only 4 people. Hey, people are sleeping. Am I bored? I hope you are not bored. All right, fantastic. I love this. Okay, now I can see the hands. Okay, fantastic. Beautiful. So please fill the attendance form so you can get access to this recording. You can see all the things we're going to be sharing. All right, so let's jump straight into it. Like I said, an hour to an hour, 30 minutes maximum. Now, the brutal truth about UK sponsorship in 2026. This is the brutal truth. Number one, I talked about this at the start. Base salary is 41,700. If you're saying that, oh, it's 38,000, it's for graduates. So you see, it's for graduate roles, okay? And I have a slide that talks about why you need to focus on 41,700, okay? So you see, up from 26,200, and that was what I was saying at the start. It was in between 24 to 28,000, okay? So you could get a job and you could get sponsored on 26,000. I can tell you for free. Anybody that is on this call would be able to get a job, okay? But now it's 41,700. What does that mean? It means organizations are being more strategic. You can't just hire a beginner to come and learn at 41,700 pounds. All right. Skill raised to RQ6, basically degree level, graduate levels. That doesn't affect any Nigerian, honestly speaking. All right. We're all doing our masters. We have a master's. Some of us even have 2 masters. All right. So that honestly doesn't stop you in any way. English requirement doesn't stop you in any way. But you have, I think, for dependent now, they need to write, the test of English in order for them to get, sponsored and all that. All right. Employers pay up to £3,000 per hour for sponsorship. So it's not just your salary they're looking at. Okay. Some people are like, why can't you just take it out of my salary? I mean, it doesn't just work that way. It's not a one-man business. Okay, it's not a one-man business. There are regulations, there are laws. Okay, you are paying the person 6,000. You're not taking out of the person's money to pay for sponsorship. Legally, that's wrong. Okay, so that they can't do that. So the sponsor license, COS fee, immigration skills, subcharge, compliance cost, and so on. I broke it down in the slides, so I'm going to share everything with you. So all you need to do is just fill the attendance, you get access to everything. So what employers actually evaluate before sponsoring? The 4 things you need to consider. Can you do the job from day one? You see why your interview is very important. 2 things are very important: your CV and your interview. Those are the 2 most important things. Okay, 2 important things: your CV and can you do the job from the day, your experience. So you see, if you're positioning yourself as a beginner, I can tell you for free, the sponsorship is far away from you. All right, jokes aside, like sponsorship is literally going to be far away from you. All right. Oh, I just finished my master's. I'm looking at, I just finished learning and I'm looking at a place where I can grow, 41,700 pounds. Okay. All right. No problem. Will the Home Office approve this? Okay, your role has to meet the SOC code, and we're going to break that down in a few minutes. Okay, are you worth 41,700? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Is the compliance risk worth it? So you know they're going over their the usual in order for you to get sponsored. All right, so that it's compliant. They need to comply with the UK government regulations, labor law, and so on and so forth. So this is what they are looking at. Can you do the job from day one? Are you worth 41,700? Will the Home Office even approve this role for sponsorship? And you know all this brouhaha when it comes to compliance and all that. Is this something they are what because of you? Are they willing to do all this? Okay, that's essentially what you need to have at the back of your mind. All right, so this is a cost to an employer in the UK, a typical employer in the UK. Number one, the sponsored license is between 611 to 1,682. All right, this is a one-time fee that you pay. So sponsored license, that's fixed. Okay, so it's between $600, $600+ to like over $1,000. All right, now we have the certificate of sponsorship. This is what everybody's looking for. For per worker, it is $525 per applicant. Okay, now immigration skills charge. Okay, is about $364 to like $1,000. Okay, depending on the worker and the year and so on and so forth. Now, you will pay your visa fee, which is about $769 to about $1,872. All right. Also charge, which is $1,300 per year, $1,035 pounds per year. Compliance and legal, okay, that's ongoing. That's for that's going to be for the business also. All right. They usually would incur legal costs and all that, lawyers drafting out the compliance and all that. 1,500 to about £5,000. So the total employer cost for one hire is between £3,000 to £8,000 before salary. Before they start to pay you that 41,800, 700, they're incurring about £3,000 to £8,000 per applicant. So you see, it's not. If you as a business owner, you need to think as a business owner too. All right. If you're a business owner, will you just hire anybody? Will you just hire anybody and incur this cost consistently? And they get on the job and they cannot do the job and you don't know what to do with them. This is the challenge they've been facing also. All right. People that say they are very good. On paper, you look at them, see the great, everything great. They get on the job and they mess up. All right. And that's the reason why they're doing all these things to ensure that they are bringing in the right talent. It's the right talent that they're looking for. All right. So you see, the right career. Now, avoid reliance on your degrees and certificates. All right. So if you did HR in your master's and you're looking for only job in HR, I mean, okay, you do international business, okay, or you're doing your MBA, master's in business administration. What skills do you have? Don't go to your master's interview and say, oh, I have an MBA. Okay, tell me how you've handled, transactions that are. Or tell me how you've dealt with, conflicting timelines as a project manager. Okay, no, I just, I just completed my master's. I'm looking at somewhere I can learn this thing. I'm a fast learner. I'm a sharp learner. Yeah, a sharp learner. Okay, go and sharpen. Go and use your knowledge to sharpen another. Look at my sharpen it here. All right. So you see, leverage your past experience. Leverage. All right. So none of your experience is useless. You're a teacher. It's beautiful. It's okay. You're a teacher. You are what else? You're a organizer. That's the Nigerian English. Okay. You're a what cleaner. Okay. You're a customer service. You're in care. Leverage your past experience. Okay. Now, bulk application, like I said, is just you open. That's an OPE strategy. Oh, I'm going to keep applying till I get something. It's not a strategy. So no job strategy, basically bulk strategy, they fall into the same bucket. Now, focus on acquiring skills and experience in careers that guarantees you sponsored job. Okay? Focus on acquiring skills and experience in careers that guarantees you a sponsored job. So when you compare all these things together, you would have this. Okay. Now, for you to get a sponsored job in the UK, basically for sponsorship, it's a skilled worker visa. It's a skilled worker visa. Okay. Now, the reason why we focus on this career path is because this career path will guarantee that you get visa sponsorship. All right, because they are on the list. Now we have the data analyst, we have the data scientist, we have the cloud and data engineer, we have the cybersecurity analyst, we have the when we say cybersecurity, it's divided into SOC, it's divided into GRC, it's divided into cloud and application security, depending on which one you want to go to. We have business analysts and we have project managers. So you see the SOC codes that are there. So what I've done is to make sure that these links are clickable. So you see the skilled worker visa, if you click on it, it will take you to the page where you can get to see the codes itself. So let's just quickly take a look at some of the codes. I'm going to be spending a few times here. 2433. Let's take a look at 2433. Everything is there. So I'm going to click on find and I'll search for 2433 and press enter. All right, or 2133. Sorry, 2133. 2133. I will just scroll up. Scroll 2133. All right, so you see here. So 2133 is the SOC code. IT business analyst, architect, and system designers. All right, computer analyst and scientist. Okay, data architects, data engineers, IT system architects, IT business analysts. These are all roles that can sponsor your visa, essentially. All right. So with the deep analysis that we've done within the team, I've provided you with different codes for each of these career paths. So if you're in cybersecurity, for example, you could see 2137, 2137. You see IT, network professionals. You could see 2139. You see information technology professionals. You see DevOps engineer, IT consultants, and so on and so forth. And if you scroll back up a little bit, you'll see IT project managers, 2131. You scroll up a little bit, all right, you would see, just give me a second. Okay, let me just look for the code, 2139, 2139. 2139, 2139, 2139. All right, so okay, no. 2133. I'm mixing them up now, sorry. I'm mixing them up. For cybersecurity is what I'm looking for, sorry. 2434. 2434. 2434. So all the codes are there. All right, and you get to see all. So you see 2434. Intelligence analyst, that's to the data analyst, research and media entertainment. You see business and related research professionals, and so on and so forth. All right. So you see all the codes here basically links back to the same thing, which is these roles can give you visa sponsorship. All right. Now, a typical example of one of the users that I said, okay, I mentioned earlier, is Laura. All right, and I want you to listen to Laura for just a few seconds. Okay, so I'm not going to spend time on any of these videos, but I just want you to listen, because when you listen to other people like yourself, at least you believe it's not going to be say, oh, if Imena said no. I've played a couple of people now, but I'm just going to play with Laura because of just what beautiful experience she had. Okay, with the team.
Awesome. So yeah, I know you mentioned it before, but can you just just talk in specific terms, the things about Amdari or the experiences or the Amdari processes that actually contributed to the success of this you landing this role?
Okay, so when I joined Amdari, I was told that within 2 months of joining Amdari, you're going to get a job, because I've been having so many jobs here. And I was like, okay, I wasn't skeptical because I saw the reviews on Instagram before joining Amdari. I was like, let's see how it goes. I wasn't expecting in my wildest dreams that I'm going to land this role within 1 month. I just joined Amdari last month. So this Amdari internship program really helped me, to be very honest. It helped me. And I became very proud of myself. I was able to get some insights into, here in the UK, they would say, oh, it's very difficult for an immigrant to get very lovely jobs, corporate jobs, and all of that. It was very hard to believe. But Amdari helped me see that this is very possible. You can learn whatever you want to. You can get that job. So Amdari has really opened my eyes to,
All right. So I want to believe I'm opening your eyes today also. Okay. So don't close your eyes. So if you're sleeping, please wake up. Okay. So the key thing here is she got a job within a month. But like I said, 6 out of 10 of our interns will get a job within that 6 months duration. Within that 4 months duration, apologies. All right, of the internship. And that's exactly what Laura is saying again. All right. So you see all the codes, all the things I'm sharing with you, these are just letting you know that there's supposed to be a strategy, not just you throwing and missing and open. All right. So having the right career, getting the right work experience, very, very important. Okay, very important. You need to have the right experience. So you're not going into an interview with a notion of, oh, I want to grow. I'm a sharp learner. I'm a detailed oriented professional. And you're using all those fluffy words that mean nothing. Okay, so if you say you're a detailed oriented professional, how do they measure that? Who measures it? What measure of accuracy is that? Well, how do you know? Basically, it means nothing. All right. So having the right work experience is what you need to separate yourself. Remember the video I played at the start. If yourself and an individual or somebody that doesn't require sponsorship, if the two of you are going for an interview, you are already at a disadvantage. So the only thing that you need to do better is experience. All right. Okay. So see, for that salary threshold, which is 41,700, you need to communicate your skills better. There's nobody that's going to open or take your chance on you. Nobody should just take you a chance. They're already incurring between 3 to 8,000 per user, okay, per candidate for sponsorship, and they're still going to pay you 41,700, okay, and you want them to take a chance on you. Okay, all right, awesome. I'm pretty sure you yourself you won't take a chance. All right. So you see, job application strategy. This is where everybody wants to be. Tell me a place where I'm going to apply for a job. Tell me where I'm going to apply. So if I check my DM today, if you may tell me where I can apply for a job. And when I get this question, I'm like, you apply, and so when you apply, what do you do? Like you've applied, fantastic. Okay. What's you just want to apply. So everybody wants to find out places where they can apply for jobs. Now what we do with Amdari is we have partnered with CV Matchly AI. Okay, and CV Matchly AI is a Google Chrome extension, an AI-powered Google Chrome extension that helps you tailor your CV to every job application. All right. Now the beauty about CV Matchly AI, I'm going to show you everything. I'm not gatekeeping anything. All right. I'm not going to say that you need to pay before I show you anything. Let me show you. So let me go to the NHS website, NHS Jobs UK. All right, NHS Jobs UK. Apply on the NHS Jobs. All right, I'm going to come here. I'm going to search for a job. This is practical now. I'm going to show you. All right, so I want to look for, let's say, a project manager. Let me look for a project manager. I've not talked too much about project management. So let's look at project manager roles. Okay, so now we have this project manager role. This is the Newcastle on Tyne Hospital NHS Foundation Trust. Now, it's not every NHS Foundation Trust that can sponsor your visa. People are not aware of this. It'll be like every job on the NHS website can sponsor my visa. You don't know that. You don't know. So you need to confirm. All right. So I'm going to click on project manager, for example. Okay. And you see Chrome extension. I'm going to click on the Chrome extension here. All right. I'm going to remove my CV. Okay. So what I want to do is I would upload my CV, and you see automatically it has collected the job description. So everything I have here has been extracted already by default. So you see the time that you used to copy and paste job descriptions saved. That time I saved already. So I'm going to upload my CV now. Okay, very quickly. Files, CV, and I'm going to upload a project management CV, project manager CV. I'm going to click on open. All right. So once I upload my CV, this analysis takes about 10 seconds. It takes a look at your CV against the job description, and it tells you the keywords that are matched and they are not matched. Okay, and it gives you a score. Okay, basically it gives you a score for your CV. Is it good? Is it bad? Okay, and what do you need to upgrade? Okay, so now my project management CV that I've uploaded is a 75%. But you can see your CV is below the hiring score. Let's say we want to optimize it above the 90% by clicking the optimize button below. All right, so you see now It has sponsorship analysis. So you're not wasting time applying to companies that cannot sponsor your visa. Do you get me? Okay, so you see Newcastle Tyne Hospital, NHS Foundation Trust, Worker A rating, sponsor route is skilled worker visa, and you can see if the job is on the shortage list and the salary threshold is above the threshold for the role. So you see, sponsorship analysis is there for you. And as an Andari, coming into Andari, you get access to this. Okay, so you see match keyword are match and keywords are missing. So basically, these are the keywords that you should have in your CV. Also, I'm going to click on Optimize CV, and you see the AI suggestion is saying include or highlight any direct experience with healthcare projects, especially healthcare projects. Not like you've worked in healthcare before, or healthcare projects. So most people feel like project is just capstone project. I got something on YouTube. No, I'm going to show you some projects. Don't worry. I'm going to show you everything. I'm not gatekeeping anything. Then I'll click on Optimize. And you see, this takes about 40 seconds. Okay, less than 40 seconds. I take about 30, 35 seconds, the last time I checked. So what this is going to do is take your CV that you uploaded, okay, the job description that you have, and do what? It will help you tailor your CV for you. So the one that you're going to ChatGPT to tailor your CV by yourself is going to do every single thing for you. And it takes less than a minute. For your analysis and your optimization, it takes less than a minute. So essentially what you need to do today is just download and apply. All right? Click on download. You can see this. Beautifully tailored to the role. You see, I'm a senior project manager with ages of experience delivering complex digital and transformational project this. And you see core skills, technical skills, experience led end-to-end delivery of multiple concurrent technologies, blah, blah, blah. If you take a look at the job description, that's basically what they are looking for. So perfectly tailored to the job itself. Okay. Now, is this all you get from CV Matchly? No. All right. So I'm going to quickly show you something. All right. I'm going to go to my dashboard. All right. Just give it a second. I'm going to go to CV optimizations. Now, because I'm applying to NHS for an NHS role, you see most NHS roles will come with a supporting statement. You need to create a supporting statement. You have this that would generate you a cover letter. Okay, and we'll also generate a supporting statement for every of your NHS application. So it's not going to be a hit or miss. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm trying my best now. Okay, no, it's going to be, there is a strategy to you getting your job. So either you're looking for a sponsorship or you're looking for a job, you need to have a strategy. All right, the right career, the right work experience, and the right job application strategy. Do you understand? Okay, so now these are projects work for a ton of our students, and I've shared some of them. These are other people. Okoyemi got a job working as a data analyst, okay, for a highly reputable organization in the UK, and he stated for him was the CV. All right, same thing. Abisoye got a job as a cybersecurity specialist with the NHS, with an NHS with the Royal Devon University Healthcare NHS Foundation Trust. Got a job. Ow, you can see it on the CV, on his LinkedIn profile. You can see it here. SOC analyst. Okay, you can see it here. SOC analyst, clearly written out. SOC analyst. Okay, so you see all these things that exist today. Okay, it's as a result of experience. Okay, all right. So currently, you can see him now working with the NHS Foundation Trust, the Royal Devon University. Okay, so these are the things that you need to have at the back of your mind. You have Darlington. I got a job as a selection and implementation lead. You'll see there's no entry level role in any of these things I'm talking about. I'm not about entry level role because entry level roles cannot get you sponsorship. Okay. Oh, I'm applying for internship. You're likely just going to be wasting your time, and that's the way you have 2 years with a lapse and you don't have a job. All right, you see, Francis got a job. Francis was one of the first set of people, that I would see that very determined, very, very determined. Got a job with Deloitte in the UK, all right, as a project manager. Okay, and it's so remarkable story how he was able to pivot, where it was coming from. It wasn't coming from any project management experience. Take a look at this is his LinkedIn profile. Okay, take a look at his LinkedIn. You'll see quality assurance, quality operative. So how did he pivot career into project management, and got a job with Deloitte? That's the question you need to ask. That's the question you need to know. Like, I need answers to. Jerry got a job, okay? And you can see the conversation is having with one of the specialists in-house, okay? Just wanted to officially let you know that I've landed a data analyst role with the civil service, within the civil service, and it's a level promotion too. So you see, opportunities exist. But who are the people showing you this opportunity? Are people showing you this opportunity? Are people telling you that there is no opportunity? So you probably need to change your circle, okay? All right, so how can Derek help me in 15 minutes and we're done with today's session? All right, Derek can help me. How can Derek help me? So what we do for you, essentially, we do 3 things for you. We help you learn, we help you package, and we help you apply. Okay, you get 3 things. Coming to Derek, you get 3. And this is the 3 things that you need, 100%. Learn, package, and apply. Okay, now, how do we break this down? Start with learning. Select any of the 8 career paths, okay? Any of our 8 career paths. We have data analytics, data science, we have business analysis, we have project management, we have stock, which is cybersecurity analyst, we have GRC, okay? We have all these career paths that we would help you learn. As you are learning, you are gaining experience. A typical example, like I said, I'm not gatekeeping anything, so I'll show you everything as it is. All right. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to go to Amdari. So all you want to do today is just search for Amdari, okay, on your browser. Go to Amdari, okay, and you see gain real world experience through, our internship. Long story short, I'm going to go to internship program, okay, and you see all the internship programs that we have there. But now I'm not going to go, I want to show you the dashboard, the case study, the learn that we're talking about today. So once you make your payment, once you join the program and you make your payment and you get started, you will see you get access to the learn, where you would get access to courses, short courses. All right. This is just like a side piece. Okay, this is not the main piece. Okay, so if you're like in data, you're in project management, you want to get project management courses, we have project management courses there. All right, you're in business analysis, you want to get courses in business, we have topics from data to business to everything, it's in there. You're going for GRC, you need courses, we have courses there for you. So you have access to learning resources that you can use to learn. All right, and you get certificate also if you complete the program to get mini certificates. Okay, now outside the learning, the main is the work experience. So I'm going to go to internship, okay, and I want to show you the projects that you get to work on. All right, so I'm just going to take a look at, let's say, the business analysis February cohort. That's started in February. That's what I have here. So I'm going to go to internship program. I'm going to click on view projects. Now, when I say that industry experience, what does this mean? Now you're working as a consultant. So if you come into our work experience program, you are not going to carry the title of an intern. All right. You carry the title of a consultant. It's an internship to get you know that you are learning. Okay. Somebody's there to hold your hands and guide you. That's the internship, apprenticeship. All right. But the work experience, what other people would see is you're working as a consultant. So as a consultant, okay, what does it allow you to do? It allows you to work with different clients. So someone can come from telecommunications, someone can come from hospitality, someone can come from healthcare. You have this very vast experience. That's the consulting experience that we try to give to you. All right. So optimizing employee retention and optimal shopping. We have e-commerce. You can see this is an e-commerce platform. All right. Digital loyalty transformation and breed awakening, coffee and hospitality. All right. We have digital transformation and patient scheduling and care coordination platform, healthcare services and digital health. All right. And we have remaining useful life estimation for robotic production equipment. We have robotic manufacturing. So you see different industries. In just the one cohort, they've covered different industries in business analysis. So from employee retention, which is HR related, all right, and so on and so forth. But within the e-commerce space, you have that experience. All right, digital loyalty transformation, loyalty cards, loyalty, basically repeat customers and so on and so forth. You have that in hospitality. All right, digital transformation, you have it in healthcare. Yeah, useful life estimation, you have it in robotics. And these things are very exciting projects. So you see, if you click on this is Kataota Inc. in Japan, is a leading robotics manufacturing company specializing in high precision industrial automation system. Founded in 1998 in Osaka, Japan, the company began as a small engineering startup, so on and so forth. The business challenge, what are they going through at the moment? Kataota is currently facing a critical operational challenge related to unplanned robotics failure in high-speed production environment. So what's your job as a business analyst? What would you do? Okay, as a business analyst, you need to develop a predictive. Okay, sorry, this is business analysis. So it's a collaborative project. Okay, so this is a collaborative project. So you have the data scientist, you have the data analyst, you have other people are going to be working on this project also. So you as a business analyst will just facilitate the other team members. Okay, so the business analyst, the data analyst, the data scientists, the data engineers, and so on and so forth. So you would have to build a predictive model, engineer degradation and awareness features, early failure detection, improve maintenance and decision making, and deploy interactive tools using Power BI, Gradio, and so on and so forth. All right. So you see, these are the things broken down for you to see. So as you're working on this project, you see your task, okay, and you see how many things you need to do on a day-by-day basis. All right. So you see now, the learning outcome for a business analyst on this project is centered around value engineering, the ability to take complex mathematical predictions and turn them into operational excellence. While the data scientist learn to build the model, the business analyst learns to industrialize the model insight. Okay, so number one, predictive workload design, economic impact and sustainability modeling. So you're going to be learning so much from this project. So not just you working on the project or you getting the experience, you're going to be learning things from this. And if you take a look at their resources, you'll see all the sessions are recorded. Every session is recorded. So this is the last session that they had. This happened this week, okay? And if you click on it, you can see the recording. If you miss the session, this is how you can get back into it.
The push button.
All right, I'm going to mute us because it's quite loud. Okay, so you can see people, sharing their project overview, what they plan to do. You can see these are different people that are sharing their project overview and so on and so forth for the project. So this is how you get to learn. Okay, this is how you get to learn. So when we say learn, you have short courses, and you also have the virtual experience where you get to work on projects, learn on the project, and you can leverage this experience on your CV and your interviews and so on and so forth. And that's why we're successful. And that's why I said that 100% of the people that have gotten jobs would say that they got a job because of Amdari, okay? Because of the work experience platform. All right. Now, let's move on. The next thing is packaging. So we would help you with your CV. Okay, we're going to help you revamp your CV, help you revamp your CV or LinkedIn profile, make it more optimized. Career mentorship and career coaching, interview preparation, on the job reference, okay, reference letter essentially, and on the job support. So we'll help you with everything that you need. Long story short, we'll help you review your CV. We'll help you with your LinkedIn optimization. We'll help you with mentorship. We'll help you with interview preparation. We'll help you with reference. We'll help you with on the job support. So what exactly else are you looking for that we're not providing? Nothing. Okay. And in terms of application, you will get access to CV Matchly, okay, where you will get to see how to leverage the power of sponsorship. Now, the beauty about CV Matchly is currently we have over how many thousand companies? We have over 20-something thousand companies that can sponsor your visa in the UK. You have over 120-something thousand companies that can sponsor your visa in the UK. How do you know every one of them? It's impossible. So when you go to a job board like read.co.uk, for example, you go to read.co.uk, all right, and you're looking for a job as a, let's say, a compliance, okay, GRC. We've not talked about GRC today. All right, compliance. So let's look at compliance, okay? And you're looking at WPS. You're looking at all these companies. Can they sponsor your visa? So let's take a look at Green Corps. Can Green Corps sponsor your visa? So what's Green Corps? Let me see if they even write about Green Corps. Why Green Corps? Following the combination of I'm not going to disturb myself. So what I'll do is go to CV Matchly and I'll allow this to run. And I want to see if Green Corps can actually sponsor my visa. Are they on the list? Okay, let's take a look at it. So sponsorship, you see, no sponsorship data available. So why should you apply for this role if there's no sponsorship? All right. So you see quite a number of organizations there. Quite a number of organizations, you see them there. Okay. Senior compliance of business, WTW. So I'm looking for one business that can sponsor so you can see that it works with. It's no, I don't know all these companies. Okay. This is a compliance manager, but this is Michael Page. Michael Page is a recruitment company, so they can't sponsor your visa also. All right. But let's just take a look at that. So you see, these are the things that you need at your beck and call. And that's why we're providing you with one-stop shop. Andari is a one-stop shop. So you see, Michael Page Finance, no sponsorship route returned, nothing. All right, but its job and the salary threshold, very good. It meets the tag. But you see, Michael Page Finance, which is the recruitment firm actually, but they don't sponsor. Okay, so you see, you need this thing. So you're not just blindly applying to organizations that would likely not sponsor you. All right, so you see, those are the things that you need. One-stop shop. So the good thing also is, rather than you going looking for jobs up and down, we have our own job board. Okay. We're working on the version 2 at the moment, so that's why you won't see anything here. All right. So the version 2 we're looking at doing is a point where it will nudge you every single day for jobs that you need to apply to. All right. So the best experience that you're looking for, all right, is it all in one place. You're learning, you're getting the experience, you're packaging, you're applying everything in one place. People can support you. So rather than you trying to do it yourself, somebody is here to hold your hand to guide you. All right. So you see your sponsorship roadmap with Amdari. Okay. Choose your path. Choose one of the 8 career paths that we have there. All right. Everything falls into a stock code, so you're fine, you're good. So as long as you choose any of the career path, you're going to be fine for sponsorship. Build real experience, month 1 to month 4, from the start of the month, from the start of your internship to the end, you're going to be building work experience. Assemble your portfolio. So that would start from within a month. When you start, you've worked on at least 2 projects, you start to build a portfolio. Let me show you the portfolio. So I don't gatekeep anything. All right. So this is the portfolio page, and this is what it looks like. So we have the classic view and we have the bold view. So you can see here, the projects you're going to be working on are going to be created in your portfolio, and you have that. The good thing about this is you can share it as a link. Okay. So you see copy link. You can just copy the link and you can share it. So every information that you need, if you want to turn on available to work, show your current, so you would have a free, this is full access. As long as you're a member, you get access to this portfolio. So you start to build your portfolio from week 4 to week 12. Then you optimize your CV from week 4. Okay, sponsorship, target sponsor employers from week 4. So like a month into the program, you can start to target sponsor employers and so on and so forth. And then you can go ahead to land your offer within the next 2 to 6 months. All right, and that's exactly what we're looking at. So it's targeted, it is structured in a way that would help you to move from 0 to 100. Okay, and that's something you should have at the back of it. And that's the reason why I've shared so many videos, so many testimonials to get you to know exactly what you need to do in order for you to be successful. All right, so we have the next course starting on the 9th of May. If you're looking at getting started, please do well to get started. I'll be looking forward to having you guys on board. So in order for you, if you're looking at getting started, all you need to do today, all right, all you need to do today is, all right, it always seems impossible until it is done. It always looks impossible. If a man, are you saying that in the next 6 months or in the next 4 to 6 months, I can get a job? 100%, yes. All right. And that's exactly why that's literally why we are doing the work experience program, to ensure that you get the right experience and get you the job you're looking for. So these are people that have gone through the program. This is Betty. Betty moved from, you can see how you can see it on the LinkedIn profile. And the reason why we have the LinkedIn profile here is so that you can see it yourself. All right. You can see this yourself. So you see, she worked with us as an information technology project manager. You can see I'm Barry. Okay, and now she currently works with Echoes IT. Okay, working as what? As an information technology business / project manager. All right, that's exactly the kind of pivot we're talking about. All right, the same thing with, Anita. Okay, Anita got a job as a senior business analyst. So you see, these are people who have gone through the program, and because their videos are there. The reason why we have their videos there is so that you can also you can click on it. So it's not going to be a situation of, oh, who are these people? So the videos are there. You can click on the videos and you see the videos are there. All right, this is Anita. And you can listen to Anita's story. You know, worked as a business. She's currently working as a senior business analyst in the UK. All right. And you see, this is just to remind you exactly what I started with. 6 out of our interns will get a job in 4 months, within 4 months. That number increases to 9, okay, within 7 months. 85 of our interns will get interview, at least 2 interviews within the first 4 weeks. And 100% of people that got jobs, okay, would say that work experience internship and our reference letter is the reason why they got a job. And that's exactly what you need to understand. So if you're looking at get started, there's a special discount I'm running at the moment for the first 20 people to register. Now, instead of paying £500, okay, which is the original fee, you're going to be paying £390. And you can pay in installments. So you don't need to pay everything at once today. So I'm not saying you should go pay in the £390 today. Pay in installment. Pay your first installment. Grab your copy now. Do you understand? Okay, take your slots, take in your slots, secure your discount, and that's basically it. Now, what are you getting? Okay, on top of all the beautiful things that we've said so far, what are you getting? Lifetime career support. And you see, I said 6 out of 10 of our interns will get a job in 4 months, within 4 months of the internship. Okay, the number increases to 9 within 7 months. Now, this is why, because of the lifetime career support. So in that 4 months duration, if you don't get a job, our promise to you is that we are going to continue working with you until you get a job. Do you understand? We'll continue working with you until you get that job that you're looking for. We'll continue to work with you until you get a job at no extra cost. So whatever you pay today or whatever you pay during the duration of the 4 months, that's all you need to pay, and we'll continue to support you until you get a job. Same thing with reference letter. We'll continue to provide you with reference letter even after you've gotten your first job. So if you want to come back, you want to switch careers, you want to move, you want to claim experience, not claim, but you want to get experience, you want to get the reference letter from us, we'll give you the reference letter. So these are lifetime supports that we're going to provide to you. All right. And on top of that, there's a special perk we're giving to the first 10 registrations. So if you pay this night, you pay today, all right, we're going to guarantee you a coffee chat with a UK recruiter. So all the things you're talking about, you can start to ask them, or if you want to ask questions about your sponsorship, how to get a job, all right, either a UK recruiter or an immigration specialist. You can even have both of them if you want to. All right. So out of your 10 registrations, coffee chat with a UK recruiter and immigration specialist. All right. Immediate access to Amdari Learn. So once you pay today, you get immediate access to Amdari Learn. CV review within the first week of your registration. LinkedIn optimization within the first week of your registration, and a personalized job search strategy for the first 10 people that pay on the call today. So this is not open for if you say you're paying tomorrow. Okay, please, it doesn't count. Okay, unfortunately, it's for people that secured a discount today. Now, how much do you need to pay to get access to all these perks I'm talking about? So you can pay in 3 installments, as high as 3 installments. So once you go to our website, okay, I'm just gonna go straight to the website. So all you need to do today is just go straight to the website. Just go to the browser and search for Amdari. It's as simple as that. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to use a different browser. All right, search for Amdari. Okay, so once you get Amdari, click on the link. The first link that you see there takes you straight to the website. You see internship program. Click on it. Okay, now these are all the career paths, all the 8 career paths that we have there. All right, so we have project management, we have business, we have data analytics. So any one of them, I'm going to click on data. All right. Now you can see the breakdown of the program. You can see original fee of £500 is now £390, and you can click on apply now. I'm going to click on apply now, and it takes me straight to making payment. Okay, so once I apply now, you can start either in a May cohort, in the May cohort. So if you're in EU, Okay, click on EU, so we get to know exactly that's EU. You're in Europe essentially. All right, so if you're in Africa, then Europe, that's basically what you fall into. Now, if you're in North America, so you're in Canada, you're in the UK, you're in Canada, you're in the US, that's where you're going to fall into. So you see, these are the key places where you need to focus on. All right. Um, all right. So that's the main cohort EU and NA. June cohort EU. So you can start either in the May or the June cohort. You can select any one of them. NA basically means North America. So that's you're in North America. So the timing is going to be different. Okay. So for EU, let's say you want to go with the May cohort in the EU, you click on that. So you get a further discount if you're doing a full installment. So instead of paying 390, you could actually pay 350 to do like a one-time installment. So you're getting further discounts essentially. All right. Now a 3 monthly installment, all you need to pay today is £99 in order for you to secure your spot, okay, in the internship. So £99 to secure your spot in the internship, and then you can spread the remaining £145 in the next 2 months. So all you need to pay today is £99 to get started. Now click on proceed to payment, and then you create your account. So because you don't have an account before, all you need to do is click on create an account, and then you can see the process of putting your name, your last name, your email, your location, and so on and so forth. Everything is now detailed in there. So first name, I'm just going to say Ife. Okay, I'm going to say April. I'm going to say Ifemena April. Or let me just say Ife Mena. Okay, at Barry.only. Okay, select your country. I'm currently in Canada, so probably put Canada. You can put your UK there. Okay, all right. Password. Just ensure that you fulfill everything that you have there. So ensure it is a capital letter. There's a small letter. There is a special letter, and everything there. So create account, and it takes you straight to your confirmation page. So basically it moves in this, okay, your first name, last name, just for you to confirm all the information is correct. What you're paying today is £99. Confirm, click on this and click on pay now. So this will take you straight to your the Stripe page where you can make a payment and do all the things you need to do. So like I said, just to retrace it, all you're paying the £99 today secures your spot amongst the people that qualify for the discount, lifetime career support, lifetime work reference email, and you also get additional perks. So you have a coffee chat to a recruiter, okay, during your time with us, immediate access to Andari Learn, CV review, link optimization, and job strategy document for the people that register tonight, not tomorrow. Oh, if you mean I registered tomorrow, so I'm looking no tonight, today. So these are people that get access to it. All right. So this is where we're going to draw the curtains. And like I said, there are tons of people. All right. And so before I take questions, I want you to listen to Opeyemi. And the reason why Opeyemi is very important is she shared a very critical experience. She got a job as a data analyst in the UK. All right. And you see, I want to play Opeyemi's video for you so you can get to see, Opeyemi's concern. All right. So this is where we're going to close it anyways.
On securing a data analyst role in the UK, we are more than happy that you're sharing this news with us. Congratulations are in order. Getting a job is always a struggle. So what would you say your biggest challenge was, in the job search phase, especially as someone trying to get a first job in tech? What was your biggest challenge as a job seeker?
Oh, thank you for the question. Actually, I didn't transition into tech. I've been in tech. I have my BSc in computer science. And then I came to the UK for my master's in data science and analytics. I graduated with distinction, and you will think like, okay, after graduation, you will get the job. Yeah. Application upon application.
Yeah.
And then you won't even get any reply, no response at all. I think they call it ghosted, like they actually ghosted you, that sort of things. And then you just want to, even after spending a lot of masters, you are just trying to keep on upskilling yourself, because in the tech space, if you close your eyes, by the time you open it, the world is far, far ahead of you. So you have to keep on upgrading yourself, keep on being on the top of you again. Yeah, so I'm very, like I told a friend of mine few weeks ago, that one of the best decisions I made this year is I'm Dari, and I'm happy, sincerely.
Actually, so how would you say that your experience at Amdari, from the projects you worked on to the mentorship and all of that, helped you go from being a job seeker to being job ready?
Yes, like I said earlier, that one of the best decisions I made this year is coming to Amdari. Before I joined Amdari, I think I was in a meeting. I think the first time I saw Amdari was on maybe LinkedIn. So I joined the session where they're talking about the work experience. It looks so nice. Then I was looking for somebody to ask that's gone through the program, but I didn't see anybody, so I didn't join. But later this year, I think around April or so, I saw the International Women's Day promo. I was like, okay. And mind you, I was on another training, data management training, because I call myself a lifelong learner, But Amdari just talked to me like, there's something missing that I need to really plug into, especially in work experience in UK. And then I came on board. From my first meeting, I tell you, it's been wonderful. And I want to give kudos to my team lead, Sean. The projects we have done, the one we are still doing, seriously, it gives me confidence. Like, there's no aspect that I cannot take on. The Amdari experience has been so wonderful. And the icing on the cake is the mentorship session. Wow. They will build your confidence, like tell you you can actually do it. There's nothing out there.
Because tonight,
Oh, so sorry, I was muted. Okay, sorry about that. I was saying that I wanted to show you something around the mentorship, but I'll look for the video and share with you. But let's take a few questions and then we can call it today. All right. So, David, do you want to ask a question? Been raising up your hand. David, do you want to unmute yourself and ask a question so we can take your questions real quick? David. Okay, David has raised
All right.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, David.
I just want to know if one also wants to opt for a strictly remote job, is there also a not ready to move via visa sponsorship, but one just wants to still be in his respective country and just secure a remote job?
All right, that's a very good question. And honestly, over the years, the demand for remote workers, especially in Africa, has dwindled. Okay, and that's as a result. Of quite a number of things. Okay, And that's just me being factual, me not just telling you that there's demand. Okay, so there are ways that you can go about it. Okay, there are job boards that you can go to look for jobs. What career path are you looking at, David?
I'm a data analyst and a growing
Alright,
data scientist, but basically a data analyst.
okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to like the popular platform, the most popular one, okay, which is built-in. All right, so built-in, I'm going to come to built-in, and I'm going to search for data analyst. Okay, so one of the key regions that you need to focus on is United States. So if you're looking at remote roles, United States, okay, and I'm going to focus majorly on fully remote. Sorry, fully remote, and I'm going to click on C job. So now this will give you roles that will give you sponsorship, fully remote sponsorship roles in the UK. All right. So what you have here is pharmacy rebates, data analyst, financial crimes, data analyst, data analyst, data analyst, data, and these are all fully remote roles in the US. All right. So you posted 2 hours ago, 20 hours ago, 2 days ago, and these are roles in the US. Another thing that you could do, all right, I'm going to show you a trick on LinkedIn, okay, that we still use for our interns sometimes, for people that are looking at getting a job. So I want to bring in my LinkedIn profile. That's what I'm looking for. Okay.
Okay.
Just um. All right. So I'm gonna go to my page. I'm gonna come here. Sorry, just go to the home page, the main page. Okay, this is the main page actually. Sorry. So I'm going to search. So what I'll do is keyword search. Okay. So the keyword is data, not data analyst, but data, then analyst. Okay. So I'm searching for certain keywords. So data analyst. I'm looking at US. Okay. Or write it in full, United States. Or you can even put in like regions in the US also that might fall into this.
Okay.
Another keyword is hiring. Okay. Another last one, I'll say remote. So remote. These are keyword search. So what you're doing this now, it's going to go through people's. I'm going to show you noise. So just click on enter. All right. So once you search for those keywords, I'm going to go to post. Okay. And I'm going to click on post. Now you can see this is what talent acquisition. I'm going to look at this person, Veneer Part. Okay. This guy is currently working with is working as a lead generation specialist. Okay. All right. So you see this looking for US-based candidate. In this kind of situation, I still apply regardless. So basically 40 to 60,000, $60 per hour. Okay. So you can see this also not hiring IT professionals, US and Canada. Okay, we're currently hiring for entry level staff, junior to professionals, and so on. So we're hiring. So a lot of companies that don't even hire, or people that just post like startups, small organizations, you can easily just get them via this. Okay. Another thing is also go to jobs, just go to jobs and search for data analyst. Okay, data analyst. First, I would say United States. Look for United States and filter to remote United States. Okay, and filter to remote. Okay, so remote 100%. All right, date posted. Focus on ones that have been posted in the last 24 hours and apply. So what you're doing here is you're focusing on companies in the US. So most of them don't even put, you must be in the US. So you just apply for every, apply for every. So the goal here is to, because it's difficult. Okay, you have to do a lot to get it. So a lot of application, a tailored application to get it in. So that's basically what you need. Does that make sense? And there's some other job boards that will provide you with more information about that. All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
So let me just show you so that it's not a situation of I'm going to show you. I'm not gatekeeping anything, not because you've not made your payment. So if I go to the platform today, I just wanted to show you something actually. Okay. Okay, so I come to what was I looking for? I wanted to choose something. Okay, I'm coming to employability sessions. Okay, you see, job starter pack. Okay, so this job starter pack, as you come in, you get access to this job starter pack. Basically, tells you everything you need to get a job. Okay, as it's structured, the different roles you could apply to in data analytics, absolutely to be marketing AI, the job boards you can use to apply for jobs. Okay, Canada
Yeah.
jobs. UK. Now, remote jobbers, we have them here also. There are additional ones that I'm not going to show you, like, but yeah, there are job boards here that you will get access to. Okay, Schedule Tribe, Stop Total, Outsourcely, Working Nomads, and Job Expressos, and so on and so forth. And like trick with LinkedIn, I think this should be more than enough to let you know that there are strategies that you can deploy.
All right. Yes, I'm fully convinced. I think it's about time I get on board. I came across quite some a couple of months ago. It's about time. Thank you very much.
Awesome, yeah. Good to have you here. Where you from? Where are you calling from today? And
Ghanaian, but based in Nigeria, based in Lagos.
you're based in Lagos. Are you Nigerian
Yes,
or
I'm a
oh,
Ghanaian. I'm a Ghanaian. Yeah.
oh, Ghanaian based in Lagos?
Yeah.
Which jollof is better now at this point? Yeah, I don't answer. Don't worry, it's
Depends on
fine.
the chef.
It's fine. It's good to meet you, anyways, David. It's very good to meet you. All right, awesome. Okay, all right. Hillary, you want to ask the question? Your hand is raised.
Yeah. Hello, Ifemina.
Yes, all right, Hillary.
Yeah. How have you been doing? How you doing, brother? Let me know.
I'm doing good. I'm doing very good. How are you doing today also?
Not bad.
Not bad at all. So
Okay. The thing is, I actually tried to reach out a certain time. I spoke with one of your colleagues the last time. Okay, I was asking to have a meeting with you one-on-one, but she kind of say she don't know how feasible that is. Well, I tried connecting with you on LinkedIn and dropping a message, but I didn't know if you catch that anyways. So, but nonetheless, the thing is it possible I have one-on-one with you?
100%. Who were you speaking to that said it wasn't like it's gonna be hard? Can you
I
remember?
think she was literally doing her job because she have you as the CEO and cannot just give access like that. I know, I understand. I've worked in a high environment like that, just like what she's doing. So I totally understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's okay. But having a conversation with me is not sacred. I mean, we can schedule time, schedule tight. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but definitely we can have a call. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not
So
very. I'm on LinkedIn, but I'm not very active. Like I live a very,
I
very,
noticed
very
that. I noticed that.
tight
Yeah.
life. Okay, so I don't. It's only when I have sessions like this I go to send LinkedIn to go show them acts and so on and so forth. But like active, no, not so much. Yeah, I used to be. Yeah. So, but anyways, Hillary, what I'll do now is I'm going to take your name down, okay, and I would see if we can have a session. Okay, I'll speak to the team. My guys are here also. So Hillary, okay, we'll see if we'll figure out the time this week for us to talk. Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Just you and me, please. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, appreciate it.
All right. Cheers, brother.
All right, thank you. All right. Stephen Kwaku.
Yeah, hello.
Yes. How you
Yeah,
doing? You're Ghanaian too, yeah? Right?
I'm good as well. Yourself, pardon?
Are you Ghanaian?
Yeah, I'm Ghanaian. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. All right,
yeah, I'm
awesome.
Ghanaian. I have a question, and then I'm actually into, as in way back from Ghana, I'm into like software development, software engineering field. Like that's where I've probably like worked for a while. and I did my national service too as an IT support assistant as well. So I actually found this like my second time joining this session, and I went to the platform trying to like get something to do as an internship to be able to apply for work and all that. Like I'm in the UK now, like studying, doing my masters in the University of Glasgow. But then I've been applying for work and all that, and I think it all boils down to all that you've been saying today, and then I really appreciate it. So I went to the platform to get something in that role, like software engineering or software development, but then I couldn't find any. So that's a worry for me now. And secondly, mine is if I'm switching to any of the roles that are available, let's say data science, data analysis, and this being my first internship or something like that, how would applying for a job be like? Like my CV wouldn't be that, how would I say it? It wouldn't entail a lot about experience. It would just be with the diary, and I'm thinking that's going to be like something that's going to like go against me or something. So I don't really know. That's like those are the two things that I'm wondering and I'm pondering right now. So if you could help me.
Okay, very good question. So we don't honestly have any internship when it comes to software engineering or software engineering, software development. We don't have anything yet in those career paths. Um, but I would say there are still jobs in software engineering. Okay. I don't think you need to. I usually would tell people play to the area of your strength. You don't have to go start a new career because, like I said, uh, for people that are going to be looking at pivoting careers, okay, it's a different game. All right. But for you that you've been doing software, with your experience and all that, I would say you should stick to your experience. Okay. There are jobs in software engineering. Okay, some of my friends are still in the UK as software developers. All right, and I would say there are still jobs. So it's just positioning yourself that is the major thing. Okay, positioning yourself will be the major thing. So I mean, what I could do for you? Did you fill the attendance, Stephen?
Yeah, I felt it.
Okay, we can jump on a call. Okay, and
Okay,
see what.
okay,
I'll try to speak to the team to see how if you fill the attendance. I could just schedule a call with you sometimes this week and see how
okay,
we can discuss. Okay.
okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very
Okay.
much. That's helpful.
Thank you
I'm
very much.
grateful. Okay.
Yeah, we don't have
Thank you.
anything so unfortunately, but we can still discuss regardless. All right. Awesome. All right, that was good. So, guys, the discount is running out. Okay, like I said, only the first 10 people will get this benefit, where you get to talk to a UK recruiter, an immigration specialist, immediate access to Ontario land, civil review upon registration. Once you're done with registration, link them to nation, job search strategy, and so much more. Just today. So, if you're paying tomorrow, and you're saying, "Oh, I want to get access to this today," it doesn't work that way. So you have to figure out to make a decision today. All right. So Ade, yeah, let me take your question.
Can you hear me, Femina? Good evening.
Yes, loud and clear.
All right, lovely. Good evening. Thank you so much for the insightful teachings today. It's been a bit eye-opening in a way. My question, two questions basically. The first one is got to do with, I'm just trying to look at it from a different sense now because the watching the videos basically, I think it apparently cover some of the roles, if I'm not mistaken. Like I'm opting for a role in DevOps, and I didn't see any relating videos to that. I mean, I'm just trying to be. I want to really take the program. Basically, I'm starting in next month, but
Okay.
I just want to be sure that it's something I can go into, and I'm confident enough, possibly to say, okay, after my training or my internship, whatever it is, I'm able to gain that enough confidence to say I'm well versed in this field, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
And secondly, the second thing is that, so for some of the IT roles, basically, I observed one thing particularly about some of these roles. I wouldn't know, maybe it's something that we should be bothered about. Like some of them, when you check some of the job requirements or maybe the job roles, you realize that in terms of something that's got to do with IT, basically, you possibly might not have this knowledge about this, you might have knowledge about this. Is it something we should be bothered about, or is just something that's generic for all IT programs, if you know what I mean? Thank you.
Yeah, that's a very good question. So you are currently in DevOps, correct? Are you looking at getting experience in DevOps?
I apparently want to start that. I want to start DevOps now. I'm just done with one or two programs that's relating to that. I just finished with AWS Cloud. That's a training, and I want to try and get more experience in DevOps, particularly because it's related to AWS Cloud. So that's what I want to do.
So we're currently making some structural changes. So for the next cohort, we don't have DevOps currently for next month and the month for the next couple of months. So we're making some structural changes to the program, to the internship. So DevOps is not something that is on the list of courses that we are going to be taking at this point in time, unfortunately. All right, just let you know. But we have the data and cloud engineering, which is data engineering essentially. Okay, so it's not going to be DevOps or any of the careers. It's not going to be DevOps, essentially. It's just going to be majorly focused around data engineering. So moving data from on-prem, from basically migrating data from one source to the other source, long story short. All right, just to let you know. All right. So the other question is the list of responsibilities that you have there. Okay. So I usually see, when you see a job description, it's a wish list. When it's a wish list, what does it mean? It means they wish they had this type of candidate. Okay?
Yeah, I'm listening. Just trying to understand.
No, I'm heading somewhere. I'm taking a pause. No, I'm not. All right. So that's the problem of pausing when you speak. I was just trying to come up with a very good example to make you understand. So if you want to buy a car, like what's the car of your dream? You want a car that can fly. You want a car that can drive in snow. You want a car that can drive in water. You want a car that doesn't run off fuel. You want a car that doesn't get bad, doesn't need maintenance. I mean, you can come up with a list of things that you want in your car. Okay? I want a car that, once I want to, you have a list of things. So does the recruiter. So the recruiter wants somebody that, take for example, my first role as a BI developer, it had C#, it had Java, it had so many weird things that had nothing to do with data analytics and BI. But thankfully I applied, because if I did not apply, it means that I wouldn't have gotten that job. Okay. So it's a wish list. They wish they had somebody that had all those things together and is willing. So there are two things. They wish they had a person that has all those things together, and that person also has to be willing to work with them. So two things. So it's a wish list. They wish they could get somebody like that. Okay. But we did talk to people that don't have those things. 100%. Okay. 100%. Let me use my Nigerian accent. Okay, 100%. They will still speak to you. So, all right. So it's just a wish. It's just they wish they are those kind of people. Or we wish we had somebody that's like the software developer, for example. Or we wish that we know you have experience in C#, Java, and you can write in 6 languages, and you can write in your sleep. You can deploy in your dream, and all those things. It's just a wish. All right. So next time you're looking at a job description, if you can try to do 40%, even 35, please apply. All right. Please apply. Because it's when you get on the job, you'll find out that the job that you felt was so complex is the most redundant job ever. Okay. the BI developer role that had C# and everything in it. Okay, guess what? I got on the job, and the only tool they are using for reporting was Microsoft Excel. So my own question was, I mean, why did you have C#, Java, and all this in your job description? I speak to everybody in the industry that has a job, you get to see that that is exactly what you need to know. It's just a wish. So the next time you see a job description, don't let it fright you. Don't let it make you afraid. Or, oh, can I do this? If I get this job, would I be able to do it? That's the biggest burden beginners and job seekers put on their head. Do you think it's easy to get a job? That's a question I would ask everybody. Okay. So why do you think that if you feel so good, that means that person is so good that you see a job, you now be thinking that if I get this job, would I be able to do the job? You have to be very good. You have to be exceptional to look at a job and be certain that you're going to get the job. That's a good quality. That's very good pride, honestly speaking. All right. So if I get this job, will I be able to do the job? Get it first. Then you figure out if you can do it or you cannot do it. All right. So that's my motivation for you today, and to everybody here that has imposter syndrome. Okay, that says that, oh, will I be able to do this job? Will I be able to do this? Is this job not too technical for me? Apply. Nobody in the history of job application has been arrested for applying for a job that they are underqualified for. Have you seen it? Has anybody gone to prison for applying for a job that they are underqualified for? No. All right. So it's an experience for you. Okay. And apply, basically. So I don't know if this answers your question.
Yes, it does in a way. And just going back to
In
the
a
first
way.
one I asked.
Okay.
Sorry. I mean, I was just thinking about everything you said, and I totally agree with you. I mean, sort of. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, it's pretty much clear. That's what I mean. Going back to the first one I asked, which is now more of more something I have to begin to worry and think about. I have to be honest, because I've already paid for the program, and I don't know how I'm able to manage it since it's not what I really opt for or I'm opting for. Understand what I mean?
You paid for what exactly?
And when I paid for I mistakenly paid for cybersecurity, and I had to change it to DevOps right now from the platform. But now that you're saying it's not going to be available now, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do about that. I wouldn't know how long it's going to take for it to come up. Do I need to take an alternate program or whatever it is?
All right. Okay. Let me just put your name down. Okay. So what we are doing currently is we're not doing it for Amdari. Okay. So we're not doing it as an internship program. So we have a partnership with training companies. We currently have a partnership with Analytics. So where they done with the training, they come for internship, like the way you've done your own training somewhere else. So they are still doing internship with us. Okay. So what I would say is you can get embedded in a project you will still get experience with these people. Okay, it's still the same duration. You still get the experience. You still get all those things. But anyways, we can discuss this. So I'll put you down this week. Okay. I think what's your last name?
That's fine. That's Oludiran. Oludiran.
Okay, Oludiran. Okay.
Yes, I'm supposed to start next month for the May cohort. I paid a month ago, to be honest.
Yes. All right. Well, this month we made that decision. Last month it was still up, but yeah, we'll make this.
Correct.
Yes, we'll make those changes. Apologies for that. All right, but yeah, that's right. No,
thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'll be expecting to hear from you then. Thank you.
Yeah, 100%. Thanks. All right, guys. This is where I'm going to draw the curtains. And before I draw the curtains, there's something I wanted to show you. There was a mentorship session that we had this week. The strategy that guarantees your job interview. Yes. Okay. There's something that somebody said during the session that I wanted to share with you guys. It was me taking the session. Okay. If you can even get a job with KPM in there.
I from what I saw,
your titles to consider. So you see business analyst, junior that talk.
First of all, join confident. The one thing I really want to appreciate Amdari for is that whenever I listen to Amdari, I'm always confident that the next minute, any interview, I can pass the interview with Amdari. Yeah, because it was my wife who first of all joined this Amdari. And what you said?
I said that's amazing.
Yeah. So she joined the MASH cohort. Then we just went to Turkey for holidays. I was just listening to what because she put it on last week, so I was just listening to what she was being taught. I just got interest on it because I've done some trainings before that I didn't really. You will just be getting some training, and the training will just be like everything is theory, and on Amdari, do you know that the first project, that Lucimant project, I even did that Lucimant project day 3. Before I said, okay, I want to register with this Amdari. So it was even from my wife that I got it, because I from what I saw, everything is just practical, and it makes the whole thing easier for one to really talk about. Because probably before now, whenever I want to go for interview, I'm always fidgeting, like I don't know what to say. What should I say? How will I go about it? But from what I have seen, there's a lot of confidence with Amdari. Yeah,
I mean,
thank you very
that's
much.
fantastic. We'll keep honestly feedback like this. I mean, good feedback like this honestly keeps us going. I mean, any other feedback that we get, also we use it efficiently. Okay, so I really appreciate that, Lucky. And I mean, the goal is very simple. You see, we're looking to see more Africans in the tech space. So I don't feel confident. I'm driving.
And one day he was just showing me, something that they were doing on a project and all that. And he showed me the process map that the business analyst did. And when I saw that, I was like, this is something that I've been doing. I can do it. And I saw some loopholes because the way we are taught in Amdari, everything must be connected, step by step. But while I was really hard, because he said it was a lady, while I was really hard, I was seeing some disjointed process. So I was like, oh, this is not complete. Me, you guys actually paid half of this. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't do this.
So you say these are interactions with the interns in this mentorship session, and you can see how people are being impacted. Okay, this is from you see here Amdari session in interview playbook, and you can see it's a very conversational style content, not content, but a session where we talk about interview preparation and everything that has to do with interviews and so on and so forth. Right, this is just one of the sessions. So we have this session every Thursday. Okay, the internship itself is for 4 months, 4 months internship. So you can see we had a session on negotiating job offers last week. That's last week, yes. Okay, where we talk about negotiating offers, how to negotiate. At what point do you negotiate your salary? Those are the things that you're going to learn. And you can see these are live feedback from a session. Okay, and that's the reason why we're saying today, if you're looking at getting a job in the UK, you need to have the right strategy. You need to be embedded in a community that wants you to succeed. And that's exactly what Amdari stands for. So if you're looking at getting started, this is where we're going to draw the curtains today. Speaking anyways, and I love the interactions I got from you guys. So if you're looking at getting started, waste no second. Be a part of the team that would help you succeed. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the program. And bye for now. Cheers. Take care, guys. Bye for now.